I laid out an example spread for my Know Thyself or Know Yourself spread so I can give you a quick explanation for you to understand my reading. Now there's 4 main cards. This is what you know, this is what is and can be yours, and this is self and self-awareness. And over here is the future card. And there's 4 clarification cards to each main card. And then up above is the energy of the reading card. And over on the right on the bottom is a rune, because I'll be doing a rune reading after the tarot reading. And on with the readings. Hi there, Cancer. This is a general June reading that is the sequel to my love reading that I did in June. I threw out a love reading just to see how it would be welcomed on the YouTube channel, and also to see how people liked the Lenormand card reading that I did. Now there's been some changes going on, especially in April, and then a little bit of backdrag in May. And there's been a lot of endings and new beginnings happening, and because of this, it's required some decisions to be made. And this is indicated in your spread too. The overall energy of your spread is the Ace of Swords. It's always nice to get an ace as the first card, but then again, this card has a lot of strings attached to it. First and foremost, it indicates that it's been a long and hard road for you to get where you're at right now. And then again, the sword has 2 edges of intellect and also of justice. And it can support some evil machinations if you allow it to. It has the swift power to heal or harm, restore or destroy. It can cut and undercut. But the best way to use this card is to cut through the crap and get to the heart of the matter and find some truths. And right under the Ace of Swords is the Hierophant. Anytime you see the Hierophant, you are seeking a truth. But this card can also indicate a lot of other things like freedom, challenges, justice, sudden change, and inner strength. And with it being swords, it can be the master of communication. Whatever the case, it's indicating that new ideas are blooming, and new purposes are blossoming, and new questions are flowering, bringing into the culmination of mind over matter. Now over on the left, for what you know, receive the Hermit and the 7 of Cups. You desire to change your unconscious inner self. You're on a cosmic mission of desperately seeking yourself. This is a card about awakening, a spiritual awakening and a self-discovery. For you to go into your inner self and start doing some soul searching. Soul searching is one of the most painful exercises a human can do, but it's very necessary to do it, and do it as often as possible. And what you seek is wisdom, or maybe the inner wisdom of truth is a better way to say it, because of the Hierophant and the Ace of Swords. Now the 7 of Cups is about making a decision, a difficult decision. A lot of things are in these cups. There's prizes and poisons. And which cup should you choose, and which cup should you lose? I've seen this card in the last couple spreads, and everybody's been required to make some decisions, as I mentioned. But in some of the other spreads, it's been more emphasized that the number 7 has a lot of meaning. It's more spiritual, but not necessarily connected to religion. It's more about completeness and seeking truth, hidden truths. A lot of times the Moon's card's been with this, but you got the Hermit card. I don't know, it feels like somewhere something is missing and you're searching for it, or something disturbing happened that shook your cage to make some changes happen. And I think now that you're analyzing your level of happiness, and this card can also be a temptation for drugs, or persuading yourself into things that are not quite right for you. And take the advice of the hermit and take some time while you're making these decisions. Because over in the center for what is or can be yours, you see the Knight of Swords and the Sun card. Now the Knight of Swords comes galloping in and blasting into your life, or else you're blasting through your life and making some really rash decisions. And it's time to slow down a little bit. But the Sun card is saying there's a new day dawning. You know, there's a purification going on with more clarity and understanding and hopefully working towards more fulfillment. The Sun card wants you to mellow out from the confusion of the Knight of Swords. It wants your unconscious inner self to balance out with your conscious foreself. You're seeking spiritual enlightenment just as the Hermit is advising you to seek. An illumination of the sun. The word illumination itself means spiritual enlightenment in Latin. It wants you to see things clearly and understand things, because over on self and self-awareness, receive the Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles. You're seeking truth. You don't want to get mired in the traditional spell of religions. You're looking for personal truths. What will work for your life? What will make you happy? Because the Ten of Pentacles is a happiness card, but it's also a card of endings and new beginnings, with the focus of finances and wealth, as well as health and well-being. This card indicates that you've succeeded at some things, but you're questioning, are you happy? Do you feel happy with this type of success? Is there some type of void that's still left to be filled? And over for the future cards, the main card is Temperance. Here it wants you to find balance. Balance between the unconscious inner self with the conscious foreself. Let the right hand know what the left hand's doing. And I pulled two clarification cards, and you received the Empress and the Emperor. How wonderful. This is balance. This is yin and yang. This is right and left, right and wrong, nurturing and logic, mixed together to make good decisions with the Seven of Cups card. And now you have the new beginning for the Ace of Swords. But the Ace of Swords is a call to action for change, but to slow down while you're doing this change so you know what you're doing and you find balance. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.